Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lexi and today we're doing another pick a card. So today's pick a card, we are taking a look at what is going to be happening a year from now. So this time next year, what will you be up to? Where will your energy be? What will your focus be at? What would your mindset be in? We're just taking a little glimpse into the future. So this is obviously timeless. So if you're watching this when it goes up in 2025, sorry, we will be taking a look at what you'll be doing in February 2026. But of course, if you're watching this in like July 2025, it'll be July 2026 and so on and so on. So yeah, that's what we're doing. I have 4 perfumes for you guys to choose from. I decided to go with just all pink ones because I don't know, I thought it'd be easier if I had you just focus on like the bottle instead of just the color. So we have pile number 1, which is the Prada perfume, pile number 2, which is the Valentino, pile number 3, which is the Jelaine, and then pile number 4, I forgot the name of that one, but we'll call it the shoe. Pile number 4 is the shoe. So see which perfume bottle you are drawn to. The timestamps are going to be in the description box as usual, and I'll see you guys at your timestamps. Hey pile 1, welcome to your reading. So we are taking a look at where you're going to be a year from now, what your energy is going to be, what your focus is going to be. Yeah, so I'm going to get straight in. So pile number 1, please spirit guides, tap me into the Prada pile. Tap me into the Prada pile. Where are my pile number 1s going to be a year from now? Tap me into that energy a year from now. A year from watching this. What are they going to be focused on? Pile number 1s, please, spirit guides. Pile number 1s. We have the Queen of Pentacles. We have the 8 of Swords. I'm actually going to bring them down a little bit, like here would be good. Queen of Pentacles, 8 of Swords. Where are my pile number 1s going to be a year from now? We have the Magician. We have the 3 of Cups. And the back of the deck is the 9 of Cups. Okay. So when I was tapping in, I don't know why, I just kept like smelling like a beachy scents. I don't know why I was thinking of like coconuts and like pineapples and things like that. I don't know, I was just thinking of that. And then I don't know if you heard it, but as I was opening up to the reading, I could hear a plane going overhead, and it felt like I kept thinking of like a vacation just in doing that. And then while I was laying the cards, I don't know why, I don't know if right now some of you guys may be struggling a little bit financially, or you may just, it doesn't even have to be struggling necessarily, but there could be a goal that you have in mind or something that you want, but it may seem a little bit out of reach. So that could be a literal vacation, like maybe you've always wanted to travel somewhere and right now you're like, oh, I don't know if I could get that. Or this could actually be something you're set in the motions towards. It could be like a career you're trying to get off the ground. It could be like a business venture you're trying to get off the ground. But there's something that I feel is in your mind, because it's like in the periphery. Like I see you imagining a pathway with this there. I hope this makes sense. Like I see it even for you guys right now, or it being activated over the coming months, where I'm seeing multiple timelines in front of you, because there's always multiple timelines in front of us, and I'm seeing something on a specific timeline, and it's like, that's what I want. That would be perfect if I could have that life. This is something that I want to jump towards, and I keep being shown something gaining momentum. So this is a seed that may have been planted and it's starting to sprout, and I feel like right now it may feel like something that's pretty far away, you know what I mean? Like I'm seeing like a number, like a amount of money that you want saved, or maybe you wanted to buy your own house or buy your own car, or just do something that is just a little bit out there. And right now there's like a stuck feeling of like, I'm not there yet, but I see you growing towards that, because I see a year from now this coming to fulfillment. Because when I turned over and I saw the 9 of Cups at the back of the deck, I heard wish fulfillment. So there's something that's an idea, or something that maybe you've just been struggling to get at, like something you've been struggling to put the money by for, or something that's just felt out of reach, or it's been taking some time. I do see that coming in. It does feel feel like something physical, to be honest with you. This could be something more energetic, but honestly I feel like for a lot of you guys this is something that's coming into the physical. This is something that's manifesting into the physical for you guys. We have the Magician card here as well. I just see you guys aligning with it, and I see a lot of energy over the next year. I see you guys connecting to spirit a lot, but I just see you getting into like a very optimistic mindset over this next year, where even when you have certain uphill battles towards this pathway you're wanting to enter, I don't know why I keep seeing this optimism that's like activating within you, where it's like, oh well, that didn't work out, but it's because there's a different pathway for me. Or oh well, that didn't happen because this was meant to happen. Or that money is going to come back to me tenfold. Or it's all for the plot and I'm going to get where I need to go. And there's less of a friction about, why didn't this work out for me? Why hasn't this happened? And a worry of like, it's never going to happen for me. And there's more of an optimism of like, oh, it's going to happen because I've set it in stone. It's going to happen because I'm aligning with it. It's going to happen because I can see it energetically and I can feel it, and that's where I'm going. And I keep being shown like over this next, I don't know why I keep being shown the next 5 months. I'm just being shown that again, timing can shift. I keep being shown like a vision getting clearer. So maybe recently you haven't felt so optimistic, or maybe recently, or maybe even towards the end of last year, you guys didn't feel like you knew. I feel like there's like a lack of direction, or I feel a bit stuck in the mud and I don't really know where I want to go from here. But I keep being shown over the next 5 months, or from now to the next 5 months. I'm just looking at the timer and it says 5 minutes as I'm speaking. I see like over that time period, I keep being shown like, I don't know if you've ever gone to get your glasses tested and they put like different lenses, and some of them are a bit more blurry and some of them are more the opposite of blurry, clear, that's it, and defined, and you're like, oh, it's that one, it's 3B or whatever, you know, whatever they put on. That's what I'm seeing over the next 5 months. I keep being shown glasses being fitted. There's like a 5-month period which feels like some sort of pathway. It could be the eclipse season that we're headed towards as well, where I just see you guys have an idea of like, this is the life that I want, this is what I want, and it's all kind of coming into focus, and I see you guys jumping towards it. But I see an assist from spirit. This could literally just be your ancestors or your guides just helping and guiding you to get where you want with whatever it is that you're wanting to bring into fruition here. But for others of you guys, I see you actually actively aligning with it, like using your tools from spirit, because I'm being shown tools, using your tools from spirit and using wisdom that you've already gained to get where you need to go. And this could even be more so like a lifestyle you're wanting to align with, and maybe there's many physical things that will come into fruition, you know, with that. It could be a level of financial abundance, but it could also be, you know, help in the physical, you know, you pairing up with someone or teaming up with someone. But whatever it is, I see something substantial. Like I see when we think of the Queen of Pentacles, I'm thinking of like a garden that's being built. We don't just have one thing in the garden, there's lots of different things. So I see like material abundance, and I see like a lot physically kind of planted and seeds being sown this time next year. Like I see things actually sprouting. So it's like almost over the next year I see seeds actually being sown, and I feel like this time next year of watching this obviously is when those things will come to harvest, so you're going to receive them. There's something about traveling here, I have to say it. I keep being shown planes, so this could be traveling. You guys could head out somewhere. There may be a trip you've always wanted to go on. I do see that. It could be that you guys have always wanted to travel or even relocate, because I this is what I was sharing as well. I was sharing I do love to be beside the seaside. I'm sure that's like a little song. I do like to be beside the shore, something like that. I was hearing that. So some of you guys may relocate, but it could also be you guys just going on more vacations, if that makes sense. But I see this year, there's a lot of physical work kind of like being done, but there's something about working smart and not harder. So I'm seeing somebody running on a track, but it's also like knowing when to stop and knowing when to take breaks. And I feel like that's balancing your energy out of working hard and putting the right effort in, but also knowing when it's time to receive and slow down and flow. You know what I mean? Because I keep being shown somebody running and then I'm stopping and I'm drinking some water. And I think that's something you're balancing out over the next year, which is going to help you align with that more receptive energy and you know, that energy of receiving, whilst also making sure you are putting the work in to be where you need to be as well. You may even have like let's just say you work hard for like 3 weeks out of a month and then you take a week off, or something like that. See what fits for you, but I just see a lot of expansion in regards to like physical movement and things coming in that are manifesting physically. If you don't have goals of like, because I see goals really emerging and things you really want. I wonder if recently, or maybe in the last year or so, you've been in a kind of respite where you haven't felt excited for much, or you haven't felt aligned with anything. It's like, I don't really know what I want now. And I'm being told you were basically in respite. That's the only way I can describe it. I feel like things were taking their time to sprout within you for new ideas to come. What is this new version of you want? Maybe some of you guys were doing healing, so your old timelines were dissolving while the new ones were starting to attach. I always like to say it like when we reboot a computer to get new apps. It's basically what's been happening. But there's something, I keep being shown the number 5. I don't know if that's the first 5 months of the year, if you're watching it when it goes up, so January through to May, but this could also be just the next 5 months. So it's just a 5-month period where I'm being shown a tunnel that you guys are going to walk through. I keep being shown repetitive numbers in my brain, but like mirrored numbers. So think of it like 1441, 1331, 1551. If you guys have been seeing like mirrored numbers, I just looked and it was 1001, so 1001. So if you've been seeing those, that's confirmation. I just feel like there's a jump in of timelines basically, and I feel like this year it feels like I'm hot for it. Like this year I feel like energies are accelerating, things are moving faster, and I just see a lot of excitement. And I don't know, I just see you guys, things that you never would have thought that maybe you wanted are going to start to spark over the next year. So maybe you were somebody that never really cared for traveling and never cared to go on vacations, and this year it's like, actually I'd love to do that. And maybe the reason you never cared for them before is because you never thought that you could have that, but now you feel like you can. The sun's now beaming on me, so you could relocate somewhere hot or head somewhere hot. There's like trips here, but this feels like physical abundance, because there's something that you might feel a little bit held back by right now, like maybe I have to play by the rules right now, or maybe I still feel a little stuck in the mud, or maybe my financial situation isn't exactly where I want it to be right now. I feel this time next year, I don't think that's going to be an issue. But it's not just like the physical hard work that's shifting it. It's the mentality. It's the mindset of what's for me is going to be for me. There's a lot more to celebrate as well. I don't know why. I just feel like I've achieved something next year. Like there's something. Maybe you're all work, or maybe you've been all work for some time, but there's you're playing next year because you have the means to. There's relaxation, and there's fun, there's a lot of joy. I don't know, I just feel like I've got things booked that I'm excited for. Maybe I've got a concert booked that I'm excited for. Maybe I've got maybe I'm staying in the country, but maybe I'm going on a little trip away somewhere. I see things being booked and things that are exciting and things that maybe you felt were outside of your reach. I see you guys doing that. But I also, for some of you guys, see if you'll know, because you'll have it in your mind now or in the next couple of months, but big purchases. I don't know what that is. Maybe a little beach house for some of you guys, maybe a literal house for some of you guys, maybe a car for some of you guys, whatever it is. Yeah, that's what I see. But there's something about aligning with spirit and using your tools to get you there, you know. But there's something physical coming in. I just feel like your finances are, you know, like when you have a little bit of leg room with your finances where you don't have to worry so much. That's what I'm seeing this time next year. Or you guys just having that bit extra to enjoy and do fun things and some trips. I wonder if this time next year you literally be on a trip. Like you won't even be in your home country, you'll be on a trip. There's something about that keeps coming through. Pile number 1, please. Spirit guides, where will my pile number 1s be this time next year? What's going to happen for my pile number 1s this time next year? Full moon in Scorpio, breathe through the tension. what's going to come in for my pal number ones this time next year? What are they going to be focused on? Full moon in Aquarius, be real. And we have last quarter moon in Leo, lighten up. And the back of the deck, we have full moon in Cancer, let your fears dissolve. That's happening over the next year. I don't know, I just see spirit really guiding you and helping you open up to receive and helping you flow. And I keep bashing the camera, I'm so sorry guys. Helping you flow and helping you open up to what it is that you deserve. Because I feel like you guys already maybe work hard, or I feel like you guys have maybe done a lot of work on yourself, so it's like opening you up to like blessings that are ready to come in. I just see a lot of work being done there, or it could be you've already done the shadow work and the releasing, and this year you're going to start to really flow and open up to it, which is where these energies come in. And anything that you felt was out of reach, or you felt like you chased before, because you're falling back, that energy's coming back in. So if you were waiting to hear from someone or something, you may hear from that, because you're learning to step into like an Empress energy is basically what you're learning to do over the next year. That's what I'm being shown. I'm not saying that, I mean, we have the full moon in Scorpio, breathe through the tension. I'm not saying there might not be moments of struggle or some moments of frustration, but I keep being shown you finding the light in that, and just like, I see something happening that maybe I don't want, but I'm looking at it and I'm like, well, maybe it's just not for me then. Oh, well, maybe that wasn't, you know, maybe there's a different path for me then. Or maybe that was, you know, maybe that had to fall away. Like, I see you getting into that mindset, which is helping these things come in. And as well, I just see, because this is where I feel like you've done some like inner work or shadow work, because I keep being shown flowers sprouting when I'm looking at the full moon in Aquarius, the Be Real card. There's like an energy of like tapping into your own frequency and understanding your own frequency and coming home to your own frequency this year. Like really asking yourself, what do I need? What do I truly want? I think that's where this clear vision is coming in, where it's like, these are the things I want. These are the types of relationships I want. This is the type of job I want. All of that. But because you're aligning with your own frequency, what may look like luck is really you falling into alignment. And as I say that, the sun comes out onto my face again. So that's what I'm really being shown. And I think as well, with the sun really beaming on my face as I speak, I'm looking at like you guys ready to be seen and get out there. You know, a lot of the times we may want something, we may want to achieve a goal, but we might not want to be seen and be in that beginner mode. You know what I mean? We might want to learn to drive, but we may be scared to start learning because it's daunting. Or we may want to get to the gym, but we might be worried about going to the gym in case we might see somebody, or this will happen, or maybe we're a beginner and that thought is daunting. But all of these things, I see you guys like really facing it. Like, I've got to face it, so I'm just gonna like look to the sun. I'm hearing Towards the Sun by Rihanna. And because of that, and you staying in your own frequency and choosing to be seen, I feel like that's where certain things are going to grow as well, because I really see you showing up for yourself over the next year, which is why these physical things then come in as well, because it's like you're there with your cup, you know, ready to receive. And lighten up, moon in Leo, I just feel like, I don't know, I see you reaching a level of optimism this year, where it's like, if this doesn't happen, it's because of this. And there's just like a lot of inner trust in yourself, but then also trust in spirit, and trust that everything is going to work out the way that you need it to, knowing you're putting the actual effort to get somewhere, but also allowing everything to flow. That's what I'm really being shown here, because the lighten up card, it's like, maybe in the past if something went wrong, you might have tried to grip onto it or hold on to it or try and understand it. And I see you moving into energies this year where it's like, oh, it's what's meant to be for me, and it'll show up when it's supposed to. And I think the spirit's helping you get into that energy, into a state of flow, which is really, really beautiful. And I think that's what's helping these energies come in. And I think that's why you have Let Your Fears Dissolve at the back of the deck, because it's something that's going to happen for you guys. So it wouldn't shock me if there may be some tests that come up this year where they may get you out of your energy and into a more, I'm trying to grip, I'm trying to hold on, I'm trying to control. But very quickly I see you falling out of it. Like, very quickly you're like, oh no, I'm not going to do this, I'm not going to chase, let me fall back. And I just see that flowing. So this time next year, then I see, honestly, it's physical abundance. If there's big purchases you know you'd like to make in the future, it's that coming in. There's something here about vacations and trips, and it wouldn't shock me if this time a year from now you're on a trip or on a vacation somewhere, because I I'm being shown the Espresso music video by Sabrina Carpenter when she's on the beach, and she says my giver F's are on vacation. I'm hearing that line. So it's just like a free, everything's for me is going to be for me. You know what I mean? It's like falling into alignment, basically. If you hear noises, it's the bed creaking. But yeah, that's what I have for you guys, pile one. I really hope that you enjoyed your reading. Hit the thumbs up and comment down below if you did. I'm sending you guys all of my love. I hope you have a beautiful morning, afternoon, evening, whenever you're watching. And hopefully I'll see you guys in my next video. So thank you guys for watching. Hey pile 2, welcome to your reading. So we are taking a look at where you will be a year from now. So you guys chose the Valentino perfume. I'm going to start with tarot and then we'll move on to your oracle cards. So let's get in. So pile number 2, please spirit guides, tap me into the collective of my pile 2s, my Valentino pile. Where will my Valentino piles be at a year from now? Where will my Valentino pile be at a year from now? Where will my pile 2s be a year from now, please, spirit guides? I'm seeing energy of like contemplation, bear with me. Pile number 2s a year from now. Where will my pile number 2s be a year from now? Okay, we have the 5 of Pentacles. We have the High Priestess and the Page of Wands that kind of came together. Page of Wands. One more card, please, spirit guides. Where will my pile number 2s be a year from now? 10 of Swords and 2 of Wands at the back of the deck. Okay. 2 of Wands at the back of their deck. Okay, 5 of Pentacles, the High Priestess, the Page of Wands, the 10 of Swords. Okay, as I tapped in, I kept being shown Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz, where she goes along the yellow brick road, and then she gets to meet the wizard, and obviously the wizard is like the great and powerful, but he's like the little man on the bike. And then I felt like I was walking up the stairs, but then they turned into like the Harry Potter stairs, if you've ever seen Harry Potter, where the stairs kind of move and change all the time. I see you guys running towards or headed towards a specific goal that you have in mind, or having an idea of something that you're wanting to bring into your life. I see you chasing it and I see you obtaining it. That's the first thing that I want to say, because I just need to get that out there. So whatever it is, I see you obtaining it, I see you chasing it, but there's this energy here where there's also like a spiritual lesson attached to something I'm obtaining, which has me then almost like contemplating. So let me make it make sense. Okay, let's just say you've always wanted maybe recognition for your work, or maybe you've always wanted recognition for whatever it is you're building or whatever it is you're reaching, and that is your drive. Like, that is why you're headed towards this goal. So you're running towards this goal because you want to prove to people, or you want them, you know, you want people to recognize how hard you've worked. You get what it is that you wanted, but by the time you get what it is that you wanted, you decide, actually, I don't care what people think, and I don't care about proving this to anyone, and I don't care about all of these things. So all of a sudden, you start to then question, so what do I really want? What is it that I really want? I'm hearing, what is the path you choose? The song Ascension by Jhené Aiko. So it's almost like I've got to the yellow brick road because I wanted to meet the wizard, but when I've actually got here, I've had so much time to contemplate. I met the lion, I met the tin man, I met the scarecrow, and I'm here. And I'm looking at the wizard, and it's just like, actually, I want something different. Like, actually, maybe even the wizard isn't all he's cracked up to be. Yeah, I've met the wizard, but it's like, maybe I want something more. So I'm asking myself, like, what do I want? What is it that I truly want to align with? What is it that's genuinely going to make me happy? Because I see you obtaining something, but as you obtain it, there's a spiritual lesson. And it's not that whatever you're trying to achieve or whatever it is you're trying to obtain is wrong. That's why it was put in front of you. You were meant to go after that. But there's something attached to it where it's like a piece of wisdom. And in the moment, you might not look at it like a piece of wisdom. So for example, you could get that money, you know, that you wanted to achieve, or you could get that job you wanted to achieve, or maybe somebody comes back that you've always wanted to you know, come back, like somebody comes back in contact with you, maybe they come back. But by the time they do, or by the time something is like offered, like I see this time next year, it's almost like I'm looking at something, I'm like, well, what do I truly want? Like I went after this for this, but maybe I've worked through this, maybe I've done the healing, you know, in regards to this, or maybe just I've snapped the illusion of that now. So it's like, what is it that I truly want? And I see you guys building upon whatever it is that you're achieving. I see you guys building upon something and tailoring it in a way that kind of like suits you. I hope that makes sense. So for example, if you're somebody that's always wanted to travel about and hop from place to place, you actually start to do that over the next year, because it's over the next year that I see it happening. And then as you're like traveling and you're moving around, it's like, well, what is it that I actually want? Now that I'm doing it, what was it that I was actually chasing? What was the feeling? What was it that I was running from? What was it that I want? And I see you going into a level of contemplation that's kind of like soul searching, if you will. I really hope this makes sense, where it's like, what do I truly want out of life? Like it's almost like an illusion has been broken. I've just broke myself open to really look at my soul. And it's like, what do I actually want? Maybe I was chasing a certain amount of money because I felt like my worth was in it. But on that chase, and maybe obtaining a certain amount of money, I realized that my worth is actually in me and not in this money. So maybe I don't want this, and this. Maybe I want something completely different. So I see like a turn in the waters. I see like a change in the waters around this time next year, where you're like, maybe I want something different, or maybe I want to settle down, or it's like a change of heart. I don't see you throwing anything away, whatever it is that you achieve. It's like, this is my foundations to build upon. So I don't see you throwing whatever it is that you achieve. Whatever it is you're trying to achieve, I see you doing it within the next year. Not this time next year. I see you achieving it. If you're watching this in February 2025, I see you achieving it this year. So if you wanted that recognition for your work, I see you achieving it this year. If you wanted to reach that certain amount of money, I see you achieving it this year. Whatever it is that you're working towards and you know that's a goal, I see you achieving it this year. I see it coming in quite quick. I see you getting it. And then once you've had a moment to like soak in it, it's like, well, what now? What do I want now? How can I build upon this? And how can I build upon it in a way that feels right to me? Because there's a spiritual lesson in me obtaining this. And now I've decided maybe I want something a little bit different. I want to shake it up. Maybe I was chasing that because I wanted recognition to feel worthy. Maybe I was chasing that because I felt like I needed a certain level of security. But now that I know that comes from within, what do I want from within? And I see you sitting there and contemplating, what do I feel like I've missed out on? What calms my nervous system? What makes me really feel happy? What actually brings me joy? What makes me feel safe? And I see you guys tapping into that this time next year and really sitting with it and kind of getting to know yourself again in that way. And it's almost like I'm starting a journey that feels like it's coming from the heart. Now again, I'm not saying that whatever it is you're chasing right now isn't coming from the heart. There's a part of you that's calling out for it. You're meant to go on that pathway. But I see you achieving something this year, reaching a goal. Maybe it's as simple as like an ex that you've wanted to come back. Maybe you were holding out for that, and the ex reaches out this year, and it's like, okay, you bask in it for a second, but then you really look at it and you're like, do you know what? I don't even think I want this anymore. I think I've grown so much in the process. I think that I've evolved so much in the process that I don't even think that fits for me anymore. I think I've completely changed. You know what I mean? And I don't think I want that person in my life now. I feel like I've grown. You know what I mean? So there's something here, because maybe it's something that you did in survival mode too, because I'm looking at the Five of Pentacles, and of course, when we don't have, when we don't feel safe where we're at, or maybe we don't have money, or we don't have whatever it is, we're going to have goals that, help us get out of said situation. And we are going to have a mountain in front of us, and we're going to run up that mountain. But when we're safe from that Five of Pentacles, when we get up the mountain, when we get there, we're no longer in that old mentality of, I need to rush and have this, or I need this kind of recognition, or I need this, this, and this. And we've already achieved it. We've just run up that mountain. Who we've become in that process is going to be an entirely different person. And then that takes contemplation to really sit and ask, well, what do I want now? Now that I became that person, that hero that I needed, now that I've become that version of me that got me here, what is it that I truly want? And with the 10 of Swords there, I don't know why I'm being shown like a heart and I'm pulling needles out of it. It's like, what do you want? You know, asking your inner child, maybe asking your inner self, what do you want? What makes us feel safe? What lights us up? And I see you beginning and slowly starting a journey where I'm hearing Dorothy where she things her feet together and she's like, there's no place like home. That's what I'm hearing. I see you kind of connecting back to your roots now that you've cleared anything that was distorting them. I hope that makes sense. So if you clicked on this thinking, oh, I hope I achieve whatever it is I want to achieve in the next year, I see you achieving it before the year's out. I see you achieving it sometime this year. I see you achieving it in the coming months. I think this time next year, I see you in a level of contemplation where there's a lot of actual growth because you're already on top of the mountain. And I see you looking towards a different mountain. And I see you aligning with something that's more hearty, connected to your heart. And I see you very slowly taking the initiative to walk on that path. Again, I don't see you abandoning the mountain that you've just climbed. The mountain that you've just climbed is the catalyst to get you to another place of where you're headed. That's what I'm being shown. Yeah, so I see this time next year you being in a level of contemplation of like, what do I want? Because you could enter, and this happens all the time. I see people and they'll have goals they want to reach or something they want to achieve, and then they'll go into an energy of contemplation or an energy of like, well, what now? You know, what do I do now? Now that I've done this, what do I do? What do I even want now? I just put all my energy into achieving it. I've achieved it. Well, what do I want now? And I see you going into contemplation with that, because I feel like you guys contemplate a lot. I feel like you guys think a lot. I feel like you guys analyze a lot. And I see you guys asking yourself, well, where do I go now? What do I do? And I see a lot of growth in those moments. And I see you connecting to your heart space of, well, what, you know, where do I want to go from here? What do I actually want to do right now? And asking yourself that. Whereas the journey to get there would have been like, we need to achieve this, and we need to put all our energy into this, and we have to, you know, there's a goal in mind and we have to get it. And I see you getting it because I see determination. But then it's like, well, what now? It's like, I've met the wizard, so what now? You know? And then you may have a change of heart. Like, it's like from the Wicked movie when Elphaba meets the wizard, and obviously she gets to have her heart's desires, but then it's like she realizes that she's the one with the power and the wizard isn't. So she changes the course of what she wants, and she takes saving the animals into her own hands. So she changes the course because she realizes, you know, she thinks something has changed in me. So there's something here where it's like, actually, I can have more. I reached for this because I thought that was all there is, but I can have more than this. Let's go further, you know? Or I was putting my worth in X, Y, and Z. My worth was in me, so what now? Now that I know the gold is in me, what is it that I actually want? There's some sort of an epiphany that's like a spiritual lesson that you guys are learning. But whatever it is you're trying to align with, you're going to align with it. Because you're meant to. It's like on course. You're meant to achieve that because there's a lesson attached to it. There's something more attached to it that acts as a portal to get you even further. I really hope I've given that justice and making it make sense. It's like a double mission. I'm looking at the Two of Wands and I'm thinking like a double mission. Okay, pile number 2. Pile number 2, please. It's like a plot twist. There's this meme about this moth and it's looking in the mirror and it's like, maybe I'm the light that I was chasing. And I just wanted to pass that on to you guys because I just feel like that there's something you realize is in yourself that you thought that if you achieved something you'd be worthy of it, or you'd actually obtain it without realizing that it was in yourself. And once you realize that it's within yourself, and I think you'll realize that after you achieve whatever it is you wanted to achieve, then you're like, oh, there's no stopping me now. And then it's like I'm changing the course of, I'm adding more to it, you know. I'm changing the course. I'm jumping to another mountain. I'm hearing it's all in me. Pile 2, please, spirit guides. Where will my pile number 2s be a year from now? We have full moon in Pisces, forgive. Pile number 2, please. New moon in Libra, know you are loved. And we have full quarter moon in Aquarius, trust the universe. Back of the deck, you have full moon in Leo, go wild. Okay, full moon in Pisces, forgive. Why do we have full moon in Pisces, forgive, and then know you are loved, new moon in Libra? Full moon in Pisces, forgive. I feel like I'm letting go of a mindset, or I'm hearing the end of Lana Del Rey's song High by the Beach, and she says anyone can start again, if not through love then through revenge, through the fire reborn again, peace by vengeance brings the end. I wonder if you struggled with something, or you felt like you'd taken an L, or you were down and out with something, or you just felt kind of like you were dealt a bad card at something in life, and it's almost like, watch me achieve this. Like, it's almost like I'm achieving it for that version of me. I'm achieving that level of financial independence. I'm achieving that level of safety. I'm achieving whatever it is, that level of recognition. I'm doing it. You know what I mean? I'm achieving it. And it's like, it was driven by that, and once you achieve it, it's almost like it doesn't matter anymore. Like, whatever that vengeance was, or the frustration, or the I need to do this to be safe, or whatever it is, it's gone. It doesn't matter anymore. So it's like, well, what drives me now? What drives me now, and how can I find my my new meaning? Like, how can I, what will light me up now, and what will make me feel happy now? And I think that change in the water is going to have you go into contemplation somewhat and ask yourself, okay, well, what do I really want now, and what drives me now, and what makes me feel passionate, you know, towards it right now? Like, what is that? There's like a change within you, because you've literally become a new person. You've evolved into a new version of you. That's basically what's happened. And I feel like there's going to be a moment of contemplation, because there's going to be a moment where the tides turn. The tide was all the way out, now it's coming in. So there's going to be a moment of that, of like, what do I want? What do I want to achieve now? You know, it's changing the brain. And this time next year, that's where I see you guys being at. Like, what now? Because when you look at the difference between a full moon and a new moon, they're like two completely different phases, two opposite ends. You know what I mean? So it's like, what do I want now? What do I want to achieve? And I see you tuning into your heart space. There may even be somewhat of an awakening, a spiritual awakening this time next year, where new layers of yourself are kind of being revealed, and new ideas, new aspects of yourself are being mirrored back to you. So you can meet that like new version of you, that's going to really guide you on where you're to head next. But whatever goals you have in mind, I see you achieving them within the year. Like within like the next 4 months, 6 months, 8 months. It's like within the year, because this time next year you've already achieved them, and it's like, so what do I want now? Or whatever it is you're wanting to happen this year, it happens, but then it's like, well, I don't want it now. Like, what? Or I've achieved it, and it's like, I'm a different version of myself now, so now maybe I need more. So I don't really know, and maybe you don't realize that you need more in that moment. You're like, okay, I've achieved it, but I still feel empty. There's going to be like a moment of that, and it's like, okay, well, why do I feel empty? Or I've achieved it, but I don't feel like I've achieved anything. Why is that? Or I've managed to do all of this, but now I kind of feel stuck and uninspired, even though I got everything that I wanted. Why is this? And there's like, you're learning that your waters have changed. I hope that makes sense. And you're asking yourself, okay, well, what do I want? What will make me happy? That's what I see. You going on that kind of transformation. It's somewhat of a spiritual awakening, that's going to have you walking down a new path, and I see your heart really expanding, because it's connected to your inner world. I hope that makes sense. So yeah, pile number 2, that is what I have for you guys. I really hope that you enjoyed your reading. Hit the thumbs up and comment down below if you did. I'm sending you guys all of my love. I hope you have a beautiful morning, afternoon, evening, whenever you're watching, and hopefully I'll see you guys in my next video. So thank you guys for watching. Hey pile 3, welcome to your reading. So we are taking a look at what is to come this time next year for you. So what are you going to be doing this time next year? Where is your mind going to be? What are you going to be contemplating? What's going to be happening in your energy? Let's take a look. So pile 3, please, spirit guides. What am I pile number 3 is going to be up to a year from now? Pile number 3s a year from now, what are they going to be up to? My pile number 3s, oop, what have we got? We have the Page of Cups. We have the Knight of Swords. Pile number 3s. What am I pile number 3s going to be up to a year from now? Some of you guys may be entering a new relationship or connection. We have the Ace of Cups and the Hermit here as well. Yeah, some of you guys may be entering a new relationship or connection. That's for those of you that are single. Some of you guys may not want that if you're already in a relationship. So it could be that that relationship goes to the next level. So for example, it could be like you could get engaged, married. You may even know that you have a wedding at that time. Could be babies, you know, whichever, however you see it. But I do see newness in that area. For those of you guys, this could just be like a passion project, or you guys just falling in love with life again after maybe doing some healing work, doing inner work, especially if you know this year that's what you guys are doing. But for a lot of you guys, I do feel there's energy towards like connections with others. My emotional center feels really open, and I feel very focused on someone or something else, and not in an unhealthy way where it's like I'm only focused on this and that's it. It's not that, because I see a lot of growth, and I also see a lot of contemplation like within yourselves as well, because this could also be like a friendship or like a community that you connect to, that you kind of give a lot of your heart to and give a lot of your energy to. Do you know what I mean? Like you guys could start a hobby or be in some sort of community where your energy is also there, you know what I mean? But whatever way I feel held, I feel open, and I feel like I'm offering like a piece of myself, as we do in relationships, you know what I mean? We balance our energy with somebody else's. But yeah, for a lot of you guys, I feel like this time next year, for those of you that are single as well, I just do see relationships. I see you guys entering relationships. It could even be that, like, if you're watching this in February of 2025, it could be that you could have been dating towards the end of like the end of 2025, and then come, you know, February 2026, the time that I'm asking about, you have already started going on dates with one specific person. You've got your mind on one specific person, and you're building something there, because I'm either building communities, I'm building a relationship, or I'm building up an existing relationship. There's a lot of a new lease of life. There's a lot of newness. There's a lot of love here. That's what I'm being shown. And there's a lot of growth within yourself. This is why I feel like it's healthy, because I see contemplation within yourselves. I see you guys growing and evolving. I see movements within your own energies. So of course, when we connect with other people, especially, it tends to happen a lot in love connections, in relationships, parts of ourselves come up to the surface. Triggers can come up to the surface. Wounds can come up to the surface. They all come up, because when we're connecting and aligning with someone, it's like the yin yang is being, our yin yang is being balanced with their yin yang, and we're going to see all of those sides of ourselves, and we're opening ourselves up, you know, to see the others. I hope that makes sense. So with that being said, there's always movements, there's always energies coming up, and I see that process happening for you this time next year, which makes me feel like a relationship has already started to move and move forward, so that these energies can come up. Again, if you were already in a relationship, this could be community, this could be friendships, but this could also be, you know, when you start to make moves and you've been in a relationship and you make that move towards a marriage, or you make that move towards having children. I mean, a lot of people say, I don't have any kids, but I've heard a lot of people say when they do have kids, like some fears and anxieties come up, and triggers can come up, and those things can happen as well. It's, you know, it's a natural process. And I just see that movement for you guys, like things being moved through you in a good way, because I see you connected to your like inner guide. I see you connecting to your own inner heart space, and really flowing with it. But there's something new happening. If you're already in a relationship or even married, it wouldn't shock me if this year you fall pregnant. If that's what you want, because I just see this time next year there's like a birth of something. And again, this could be birth of a connection if you're single, but if you're not single, like it could be that. I am seeing that a little bit. Or if you, I mean, it takes 9 months for a baby to pop out, not 12. So maybe that energy is making its way in now. I don't know. But I just see a lot of newness. Maybe you're buying a house with someone. But again, if you're single, this is like dating, opening up to a relationship. Our timelines are crossing. Our timelines are aligning with each other. There's natural movement and progression forward. This feels new because we do have the page here. And then we have the knight here as well. So this does feel new. It's a rebirth. Yeah, I'm hearing that song Kiss Me because I'm thinking of How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days when they're on the like kiss cam, and it's like that Kiss Me song. So yeah, I'm hearing that. Yeah, I feel like you're gonna meet someone, and it wouldn't shock me if you meet them within the year, so that this time next year the feelings are coming in, or there's like movement forward. It could be that you meet someone in that month a year from now. But for a lot of you guys, I feel like it's someone that you would have already met and then started to date. Because feelings are starting to seep in. Emotions are starting to seep in. I feel like a relationship is definitely going to have your focus this time next year. And again, this could be friendships and a community. That could also be that. But if it's friendships in a community, you're really connecting from the heart space here. Like, you're really open into this. This has a really big focus for you. I see your energy really being centered there. Tap me deeper, please, Spirit Guides. Pile number 3 is this time next year. Yeah, I just see a lot of light and a lot of love, and I see a lot of growth in the heart space, and I see you guys feeling very emotionally fulfilled. I see you guys I'm being shown building blocks. So it's like building the beginnings and the foundations of a relationship. Or again, if you're watching this and you're in a relationship, I'm moving into a house with this person, I'm getting engaged to this person, we are having a child. Like, there's seeds being sown and my focus is there. Like, this person is my focus. Like, we're aligned. I'm merging with someone, but it's the beginning of it. So it's like the beginning of me merging with somebody else. The beginning of me sharing my world with somebody else. The beginning of me, again, if you could be with someone but you've never lived with them, and now you're getting a home, so it's like you're merging that together. Again, when you have a child, that child is a byproduct of two people that have, merged into creating another one. You know what I mean? That's half them and half the other person. So yeah, I see that. I hope this makes sense. I see you guys focused on a relationship. Let's take a little bit of, pull a couple of cards and see. Tap me into this energy of what they're merging together. Tap me further into what they may be feeling this time next year. What is the focus this time next year? Show me the energies that emerge. Show me the energies that emerge. King of Pentacles. Show me the energies that emerge. We have Temperance and the 10 of Cups. I mean, the 10 of Cups in traditional Rider-Waite is the family with the kids and the rainbow and the house. So again, it's like emotional fulfillment again, like I said. Building foundations again, like I said. I mean, the King of Pentacles, he builds, he takes his time, he pours into that. And Temperance, honestly, these 3 cards, I just see a lot of growth within you guys watching this. And I see you guys learning through somebody else, or this circumstance of building a connection, or again, if you're in the connection, allowing it to go deeper and building upon that. I see a lot of growth from you guys. I see you learning to balance your energy with somebody else's. I see you guys learning to, when you're in a relationship, you have to, it's no longer just you. You have to think of the other person's feelings. You have to consider the other person's feelings. You have to think of them. You're a part of each other. Like, you are each other, basically. You're merging. That's what I see you guys learning and growing with. That's the focus of this year. I feel like you're learning to balance and being shown 2 people on like a tightrope, learning to walk together on it. So that's what I'm being shown. There's a lot of growth in terms of how you connect with people and how you allow yourself to be vulnerable with other people and align with them. That's what I'm being shown. And again, the Seven of Pentacles, we're building here. We're building a connection up. We're building a relationship up. But emotional fulfillment this time next year. I see you guys feeling very emotionally fulfilled. I see a lot of healing here in a good way. I see a lot of growth. And I see love being shared. The love is being sparked within you. And I see you merging your energy with somebody else. I doubt a lot of you will be single this time next year. And if you are single, this energy is towards a community, a friend, or something where you have to give a piece of yourself to someone else. It could even be humanitarian work. It's just all for a lot of you guys. I feel like it's more like a relationship or something like that. Pile number 3, please, spirit guides. Where will my pile number 3s be this time next year? Show me the energy and focus of where my pile number 3s are going to be this time next year. We have release control, first quarter moon in Taurus. Pile number 3s, please, spirit guides. Pile number 3s. It's very straightforward and to the point as well. You guys is reading. First quarter moon in Pisces, honor your feelings. And I think with release control coming in first, I think that the reason I'm getting it like to the point and I'm not going into details, I wonder if sometimes you guys struggle with trying to control when something's going to come in or controlling how something's going to come in, and you need to know all of the details. And I think the connection that will be coming in, or whatever type of growth will be happening in a connection you already have, it's meant to happen naturally and it's meant to flow. And I think that's something you're learning within life, maybe in relationships, but for some of you guys it's just something you're learning within life. And I think that's why I'm not feeling called to go so into detail and make it like a relationship reading, because I think it's meant to just flow and align and, you know, come in when it's supposed to. I hope that makes sense. But you're definitely going to have a huge focus on it this time next year. Like, I see you guys learning to fall back and trust in another person. Again, I'm not saying that triggers aren't going to come up. We do have the first quarter moon in Pisces here. Like, I'm not saying that there may not be fears. We have full moon in Scorpio, breathe through the tension. I'm not saying that there won't be, yeah, look at that. We have keep your heart open. You guys, I feel like you're welcoming in love. We have keep your heart open with the heart chakra. First quarter moon in Libra. Someone's coming in for, if you're single, someone is on their way. And I think you're going to meet them within the next year. Because seeds feel like they're sown. And this time next year, it's like there's water flowing. You're just kind of going with it. You're flowing and emotions are coming up and you're allowing them to flow through. This looks like a little river here with the full moon in Scorpio. We have got breathe through the tension, so I do feel there may be some fears and anxieties. I think that's why I felt called to talk about releasing control and that. And we did have the Hermit card there, which means I see you guys sitting in contemplation of feelings that are coming up, fears that are coming up, and I see you guys sitting there like, okay, let this pass through. What does this mean? Let this pass through. What does this mean? I see you sitting with them. I don't see anything bad here at all. And I think that's going to be a focus this time next year. I see you guys sitting with maybe some fears that you have. My connection is moving in this direction and learning to trust yourself, I'm hearing as well. Yeah, but I see a lot of positive growth. And I see you really tuning into your emotions and flowing with your emotions. I mean, we literally had the Ace of Cups there as well. We had a lot of cups. We had the Ten of Cups. Yeah, I can't remember what is behind with the Page of Cups. I'm sure there was another one. But your emotions are going to be flowing this time next year. I feel like there's growth, and there's a lot of growth in your heart space. And I feel like you're merging with someone to build a connection with someone. That's what I'm being shown. That's exciting. So pile number 3, that is what I have for you guys. I really hope that you enjoyed your reading. Hit the thumbs up and comment down below if you did. I'm sending you guys all of my love. I hope you have a beautiful morning, afternoon, evening, whenever you're watching, and hopefully I'll see you guys in my next video. So thank you guys for watching. Hey powerful, welcome to your reading. So we are taking a look at what you're going to be focused on a year from now, where your energy is going to be a year from now, what your life's going to look like a year from now. That's what we're taking a look at. So you guys chose the shoe perfume. I'm going to start with tarot and then we'll move on to your oracle cards. So let's get in. Whenever I see the shoe perfume, I think of Iggy Azalea when she sings Walk a Mile in these Louboutins. I say, well, I don't even know what I say. I have like 3 different ways of saying Louboutins, but I think I sometimes just go with the Iggy Azalea way because I think that was the first time I ever heard of what they were. Anyway, pile number 4, please, spirit guides, tap me into the shoe pile. What is to come in the next year for all my pile number 4s? Bear with me, your cards have exploded. Bear with me. Okay, pile number 4, please, spirit guides. Pile number 4. What is to come over the next year? What are my pile number 4s going to be focused on this time next year? What are my pile number 4s going to be focused on this time next year? A year from now, what is pile number 4's life going to look like? What are they going to be focused on this time next year? We have the Ace of Swords. We have the Queen of Wands. We have the Fool. Pile number 4. What are my pile number 4s going to be focused on this time next year? And we have Judgment. The back of the deck is the 8 of Cups. Okay. Okay. I shall bring this over here so you can see it. There we go. That's better. Okay. Ace of Swords, Queen of Wands, the Fool, and Judgment. Interesting. Okay. I feel very liberated and free in this energy. Like, you know when you, okay, this is actually just what I'm being shown, so I'm just going to pass it on. You know, like when you watch like a chick flick or like any sort of movie where the character just feels absolutely liberated or really confident in a life choice they've made, or they've just quit the job that was weighing them down, or they've just gone and got their hair done and had a glow up, and there's always like a scene where they're like walking down a street or walking somewhere like through a shopping center and there's like music playing and they just feel really good, you know, and you see them smiling to themselves and it's like, I just achieved something, or I just kicked that person to the curb. I see that energy because I'm hearing Ariana Grande's song Bye, and if you've heard that song, it's not even like I'm moping about and I'm saying goodbye to someone. It's like I feel good and I'm saying goodbye to someone. Like I'm letting go of something that was weighing me down and I feel very free and I feel very liberated. There's something here about, I feel like I haven't got too much baggage tied to me. I feel like I've walked away from anything that would kind of cause that. Like maybe I've done a lot of healing and inner work that stopped me, because this feels connected to your inner confidence, and this feels like connected to like how you see yourself. That's really where I'm being taken. So anything that stopped me from really seeing myself clearly, anything that made me feel bad about myself or not feel as confident as I could be, or anything that stopped me feeling anything that made me feel like I was a failure in something, or anything that stopped me really seeing my worth, feels like it's gone. And I feel like that weight has just gone and I feel really good. Now, this could be that over the next year, you guys are working on building yourself up, building up maybe your career, building up your life. Maybe you guys are going to be very self-focused this year and reaching specific goals. And maybe you're playing, because there's something here about like playing around with your aesthetic and playing around with, you know, maybe changing your hairstyle or maybe changing outfits that you normally wear. I mean, we literally have the shoe perfume. Like I see that, and it's almost like I'm like I've built myself up and I feel really good, and anything that was weighing me down has now gone. And I just keep being shown this time next year you're in an energy where you feel very confident and you feel very bold, and I see it doing a lot of wonders for your self-confidence, because I keep being shown your solar plexus radiating and feeling really good, and there's nothing tied to it that's holding me back. And I see you guys just feeling like a joyous. Honestly, that's how I feel. Even when you look at the Queen of Wands, that she looks joyous. Like, it's making me think of, if you've ever seen Jennifer Lopez's music video for Happy, I'm sure it was called Happy, she eats like this cookie and it creates this like attraction spell, I don't know, and she eats too much of it, and then the whole video is like her world. It's just such a Leo. I'm sure she's a Leo rising. She's like walking through the city, I'm sure she's in New York, and all of these like love like interests are like chasing and running after her, and she's like none the wiser. And I don't know why I'm being shown that video, but I just feel very good in myself. Like, you know, when you feel like you look good and you just feel happy and you feel confident, that's really what's coming through here. But whatever this self-confidence is, I just see you guys feeling ready to I feel like I'm ready to take on things or tackle things. So maybe things that I put off from doing before, I didn't feel like I could do before. This release of energy, it feels like an expansion in the solar plexus area. It's like, I'm ready to do this. Like, I'm ready to maybe be seen and get out there. Maybe I'm ready to start dating. There's a lot of newness here, because I feel like I've let go of things that, you know, maybe I've been in the house for too long and I haven't been getting out there. Maybe I've stayed away from the dating scene. Maybe I've not made certain moves in my career or my work yet because I haven't just wanted to show up for them. Maybe I haven't wanted to be seen. So I see this construction work going on over the next year, and I see this time next year, it's like, wow, like I'm out here, and I'm not even attached to anything from my past anymore. Like, I feel very confident and I'm ready to make these moves because I just feel like there's a lot of newness. So if you guys are single, this time next year, I see you guys really getting out there and starting dating. If you guys have been wanting to make moves in your career, but maybe you haven't had the confidence and the courage, whatever was holding you back, whatever wounds were holding you back, whatever fears were holding you back with these 8 of Cups, I see you guys walking away from them. I see you guys detaching from them. I see a level of clarity coming in with the Ace of Swords, and I see you guys like, okay, I want this life for myself. I want to achieve this, this, and this, and I'm going to go and get them. And to be honest, this energy feels like it's being sparked over the next year. So I actually see you guys already having that clarity within the next year, maybe within the next month, maybe now, maybe as I'm doing this video, you've already been getting that sparked. So I'm being shown an attic with boxes and I'm sorting them out. So maybe this next couple of months, or the next 8 months, 9 months, 10 months, I'm being shown a tree. I don't know why it's a tree, but your energy is coming through as a tree, and I'm being shown a sign that says under construction. So I see literal movement. Now, for some of you guys, the under construction is literally with the 8 here on the 8 of Cups. It's you guys literally doing inner work and shadow work to look at where you feel like you don't want to show up, or you don't want to be seen, or you don't want to open your heart space to anyone else, or you don't want to make that move in work because you're scared of this happening and that happening. That construction work sign over the next 12 months is you doing the inner work and the shadow work. But for others of you, this is you guys physically doing things and showing up for yourself. So this could be you guys, you may find over the next year you want to change your aesthetic, you want to change your hair, you want to buy new clothes, or you haven't bought new clothes in a while. Maybe you want to I'm literally being shown somebody go through like a physical shift in their appearance. I don't know what that's about. I'm being shown somebody doing mirror work, so some of you guys could start doing mirror work and subliminals and things like that. There's something here about appearance. It's just coming through. I believe we're all beautiful, and it's when we choose to acknowledge that within ourselves that we really have the glow up. But that's the message coming through. I see somebody focused on like pampering themselves or tailoring something within them. I don't know what that's about. It is coming through. Some of you guys, I do see like a shake up of how you show up and out for yourself, because I'm being shown the Marilyn Monroe effect, where she was walking down the street and no one was recognizing her, and someone she was with was like, oh my god, they're not recognizing you, and she said, yeah, do you want to see me become her? And the person was like, become who? And she's like, Marilyn. And then all of a sudden she just flips a switch inside of her and starts walking, and everyone's like, oh my god, Marilyn, Marilyn, Marilyn. I don't know, there's something there that I'm seeing. I wonder if some of you guys are getting into like glamour work or something like that, like glamour spells and glamour work. I'm just seeing that. I wonder if that's something that I'm being shown. But whatever it is, it's making you feel good, because I see you guys paving the way and getting excited about new experiences. Like, I see you guys getting out there, and it's like, I see new hobbies. I see you outside. I don't know what this is about. Like, I wonder if it could just be this next year, you kind of go into the tree, like I said, you're closed for maintenance, maybe you're deconstructing, you're building something up, you're in the gym, you're changing things, you know, externally to make you feel good, you're changing things internally to make you feel good. Whichever one resonates for you, I don't know. But either way, it's to do with the solar plexus energy and you pouring into that energy, and I see it expanding. And then I see you being outside, and it's like all of a sudden you meet someone, all of a sudden that thing inspired you to do this with your career, or you meet someone that puts you on the path to do this with your career, and it's like a shield has come off, and now you can all see me, and now I'm being seen, and now everything's starting to move. I just had to open the door. So I dealt with why I was scared to open the door. I dealt with what was stopping me opening the door. I hope this makes sense. So that's already happening this year. So this time next year, it's like you're already outside. You're already feeling good. There's already new connections sparking. There's something to do with you meeting someone to do with your career. If you've been looking for a business partner, if you've been wanting to collaborate with someone, or you've been wanting to have that up leveling in your career, I see that happening around this time next year. And I keep being shown Pisces in my mind's eye, so it could be around Pisces season of next year. That's just what I'm being shown. But yeah, I'm being shown that. Queen of Wands, the Fool, and Judgment. Yeah, it's like all of this is there ready for you anyway, but I almost feel right now, I feel like I'm still holding on to the weight of something, and this could either be internally or something that I know I've wanted to change about and shake up externally. And I see you over this next year going into that tree, closed for deconstruction, and then I come out and I'm like, okay, I'm ready now. And I see you walking away from whatever was holding you back emotionally. Some of you guys, it's more from a healing perspective. Others of you, you may be wanting to shake up just things in the physical that make you feel a bit better. But either way, this time next year, I see you. It's like a reset. It's like I'm a new version of me now. I'm a different version of me. It's like when you see celebrities and they go through... There's something about appearance, because I'm so focused on that and how you come across. Because I'm thinking of celebrities when they go silent and then they archive all their photos on social media for like a new era. And then they come out and they have a different colour hair, and they're now in their dark feminine era, or they're now in their grunge era, or they're now in their girly era. You know what I mean? I'm thinking of Jojo Siwa with the Karma song, and she has like the black makeup on, like the black lipstick with the lightning bolt on the eye. Maybe it's that drastic, who knows. But yeah, I'm being shown that there's like a new era, new me, and there's something about appearances here. I know some people don't like when I talk about that, and people say, oh well, it's vapid and it's this and it's that, but when we feel good about ourselves, that gets us into a frequency where we can open up to things sometimes. And it feels like a big focus here, honestly. I also see you doing things. It's going to happen. This feels like it's happening within the next year. So it's not even exactly in a year's time, but you'll be benefiting from it in a year's time. I see you doing things that are a bit daredevil-y, that you never would have done before. Like maybe you were somebody that wouldn't go and flirt with someone, but then you're like, you know, I'm going to go flirt with that person. You feel confident to do these things. It's like, I'm going to be seen. Or like maybe you were somebody that like always had like really funny jokes, but you never told them in a group setting because you were like, what if nobody laughs? But I see you over the next year just like telling a joke and then everyone laughing, and it's like, you know, that Michael Scott meme, and he's like, some days I'm just on fire, and he's like, well, what can I say? Like, that is what I'm seeing from you guys. Like, your personality feels like it's coming out too, and it's being seen. I just see that. You may also be more on social media, so you may be being seen on social media. You may start posting pictures. You may start social media, start TikTok or Instagram or YouTube or something like that. You could start that. And it's not even like I've gone through a revamp, I've changed who I was. It's like I got rid of what was holding me back from being what I am. That's honestly what it is. It's not you, I have to change to become this. This is already you, but this 8 of Cups you're leaving behind, or you're looking at these hills, you know, these roadworks that are stopping you in your tracks from moving forward. And it's like, let me sort this out. Because it's the barrier that's stopping me from getting here. I just see your energy being very attractive, you know. We have last quarter moon in Gemini, clear your mind. I wonder if in the past people have got into your mind and stopped you from shining. I wonder if in the past people have kind of put you down. Last quarter moon in Cancer, take a breather. Pile number 4, what's to come in a year's time? Full moon in Sagittarius, see the bigger picture. Back of the deck, new moon in Scorpio, go deeper. Some of you guys may be doing some releasing over the next year to see where you, wherever you feel there are roadblocks and you being your best, the best version of yourself. I see you doing work to clear that. With clear your mind, I feel like I'm shaking out other people's opinions, honestly. I really do feel like you've experienced people putting you down or planting seeds of fear or doubt, or you can't do this, or don't shine so much. And I think I see somebody shaking them out of their head, like taking their head off and shaking the thoughts out and then putting it back on. And I can see clearly now. That's really what I'm being shown. Why do we have take a breather? Last quarter moon in Cancer, take a breather. I see a release. I see you going into a period of retrospection. I hope I'm saying that. Retrospection. Maybe saying that wrong. I see you going into a period of that. Of like, because I see you sitting there like, how do I want to show up for myself? How can I get this version of myself out there? How can I get, how can I have people see me in that way that I would like to be seen? I'm being shown Glinda from, I'm being shown you to you. So you are Alphaba, but you are also Glinda. And you know how Glinda's singing Popular and she's like trying to get Alphaba, and she's like toss, like trying to get Alphaba to kind of like shine and be confident and all of that. I see you doing that to you. It's like the part of you that wants to hide away and the part of you that wants to be seen. I feel like the part of you that wants to be seen may even be connected to your inner child. And I always say, like, we're allowed to want to be seen. We're allowed to want that. We're allowed to want a bit of attention. Of course we are. When we deny that, it becomes a shadow version where we look for attention in bad places sometimes, you know? Or we take breadcrumbs of attention from people that we shouldn't really be talking to. I hope that makes sense. So I see you honoring that need to be seen, and it feels connected to your inner child, to be honest with you. And I see work being done there, so you can let go of where you felt like you needed to repress yourself in some way, and then see the bigger picture. I'm being shown, I know we have the arrow there obviously because it's Sagittarius, but I'm being shown like an arrow, and it's like I've got a target in the sky, and I'm like, I could hit any of these targets, but I want the one like further back. It's almost like how do I put this into words? I see you hyping yourself up is what it is. You can do it. You can have that. That can be your reality. And I see you guys running towards it. And I see you guys very self-focused over the next year in a good way. And this time next year, you're going to be reaping the benefits. This is going to come in before the year is out, but you're going to be reaping the benefits this time next year, because I see you guys feeling very good. I'm seeing that scene of like from a movie of somebody walking down the street and feeling good. I'm not going to say that there are going to, you know, be moments where, I mean, you're doing some inner work this year, so there are going to be moments where you feel a bit low. There may be moments where insecurities come up. There may be, you know, moments where you're like, actually, I don't want to be seen. I'm running away. But I see you working through them. We have full moon in Scorpio, go deeper. Do you know what I'm seeing though? You know, like you see people go through shadow periods it's interesting because I don't see you like going down to the bottom of the murky waters and doing this massive transformation. It's almost like I'm going down, coming back up, going down, coming back up, when something is mirrored to me. Like it's not taking over the whole year where I'm healing and I feel low. It's like 1 month I feel really good, but then the next month I feel low and I'm sitting with it, and it's like, actually it's this. I focus on it for maybe 2 to 3 weeks, and then I come back up to the surface, and then I have like an outburst of energy, and then I shine again, and then something else comes up. I see moments of that this year. It's like a little bit up and down, but in a good way, because it's that construction. And this time next year, I just see you basking in that, and I see newness. I see new people coming in, because I'm thinking of a TV show with new friendships and new relationships. Because if you're tapping into that inner frequency within and you're letting it be seen, and people haven't seen it before, people with that same frequency are going to be aligning with you that you've never met, and they're going to, you know, want to, you know, be around you and have a connection with you, and, you know, they're going to be able to see you then. So that's what I'm seeing. I see new connections coming in as well. Yeah, so pile number 4, that is what I have for you guys. I really hope that you enjoyed your reading. Hit the thumbs up and comment down below if you did. I'm sending you guys all of my love. I hope you have a beautiful morning, afternoon, evening, whenever you're watching, and hopefully I'll see you guys in my next video. So thank you guys for watching.